Sometimes this intersection can be a pain. Don't look at me like that, bruh. I hate when people just stare and don't make any facial expressions. Like, I nodded at that guy and he just blank face, like just corner eye stared. Like, come on, bruh. No, I'm just playing. It doesn't bother me that much. Anyways, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you stopping by, saying what's up. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about something more personal, like regarding my personal life instead of just motorcycles. So I've been in college for about 3 years now. I've been out of high school for 3 years, and I've been taking college courses for 3 years in total now. And technically I'm on my currently I'm on my 4th year. But I went to community college for 2 years, which is a lot different than a 4-year university. I'll start by saying that. But like I said, technically I've been going since I've been out of high school. So but after mainly I'll be referencing this first year that I've been at the university, which has been this past year, and now currently, you know, the start of this fall semester. I want to talk about like what it's like working a job in college, and the question of whether it is worth it or not. Okay, and that might sound kind of weird at first, because like, well, obviously it's, you know, worth it. You're getting paid. College is expensive, you know, you have a lot of bills that you have to deal with when you're a student. So at face value it may seem kind of self-explanatory, but I want to go more in depth with it. So I have been working since I moved up here in this past year. I transferred from a place I worked in my hometown, and now I'm working at the similar place up here in the area, up here in the Iowa City area. And so I've been working ever since I started at the university, and I gotta say there are some pros and cons to it. So I'll first start by saying it does kind of suck sometimes to have to work and to have to, you know, go to your shift to, you know, get yourself some money to, you know, make do with what you got. When I was working prior to being at the university here, it was kind of like I wasn't working out of necessity, but I was more so working, you know, because I was trying to save up a lot of money and, you know, get myself a little bit more financially stable. You know, I was putting away a majority of my money, not a majority, but a lot of my money, you know, every week, every month, and so on and so forth. But now I'm kind of just working because I have to, and out of necessity. I'm spending a lot more than I'm making, and you know, that's due to multiple aspects of living at the university. 2 major ones being rent and tuition, obviously. So that's one con. First off, it kind of sucks that you have to, at least in my situation, kind of have to work to cover those bills. And so that's annoying, because it makes it hard to find time every once in a while to get your schoolwork done and get your, you know, time with friends and just straight up like relaxation time, free time, that kind of stuff. It makes that kind of stuff more difficult, because you obviously have to not only work with your school schedule, but now you have a work schedule to deal with. So that's kind of the major cons of it. Some pros that I will say. Obviously, this gets you know, working in college is going to get you the best training for the real world, right? You know, the best like real world experience in regards to, you know, time management and scheduling, you know, personal adventures, whatever you want to call it, because you actually have to like be diligent with your time and know what you're doing pretty much every day of the week. You can't just be super sporadic and, you know, do kind of just go on a whim. I find myself having to literally schedule out every day of the week, basically to just stay afloat, right? And so that's kind of like the main pro of it. And for me in particular, I find I like thrive off of having to stay busy, because if I have a lot of free time, even like if I were to not be working at all while going to school, it'd make it hard for me to basically get my schoolwork done. And I know that doesn't sound correct, but really what it does is when I have work to do, it forces me to, like I said, schedule out my stuff a lot better, and it forces me to get my schoolwork done in a shorter window of time, so it makes me do it. And that is enough of a motivator for me to like just get it done on time. And you know, I find myself oftentimes getting stuff done early instead of late, because I'm actually having like to plan stuff out and, you know, schedule my weeks and everything like that. And so that's kind of an interesting side effect, we'll say, of having to work, in my opinion, because it keeps you busy, and keeping you busy kind of stacks on each other, and it makes it a lot easier. Anyways, that's kind of like the main pros and the main cons. I know it's a short video here today, but like those are the main things that I notice while working. I don't know what this guy's doing. Let's say not in the crosswalk here. It's annoying. But yeah, so those are kind of like the main reasons why I think that working in college can be beneficial. Would I ever say that like somebody should work in college if they have the option not to? No. No. But I do think it is something that's kind of not necessarily like frowned upon, but like seen as like something that's difficult and something that is like challenging and kind of a shitty situation. But there's actually a lot more usefulness that comes out of it than people give it credit for. And I don't think it's necessarily something that you should, you know, hold, you know, it's something you should, you know, it's not something you should like hang your head for. It's something you should kind of more so be proud of, you know, like when people are, you know, they ask me like, oh, you know, what do you do? And, you know, like I have to bring up the fact that I work jobs, you know, and they're like, oh, okay, well, you know, that, and, you know, I kind of use that as a sense of pride, because they, you know, I know that I can, you know, work a little bit harder than others and whatnot, and I know that I have to work a little bit harder than others. And you know, when I perform better than people in my class, it kind of gives me a little bit of pride, because I know, you know, like, well, a lot of these people don't even work jobs, and you know, I'm able to study more and prepare more and do better on exams and everything like that. And so that kind of makes me feel good. But like I said, I wouldn't ever like want to force somebody into like needing to work, because I think college can be a little bit over stressful if you have to work out of necessity. We'll see how this next year and a half goes for me, and I'll get back to you guys on that. But nonetheless, like I said, it's good because it helps you build out your schedule and actually be more productive. In my case, that won't always be the case with everybody else, but in my case, it keeps me more productive. It keeps me on my toes, doing stuff, staying busy pretty much every day, every hour of the day. Unfortunately, it does kind of suck to have to work to basically make ends meet, but like I said, it is and it's kind of unfortunate when, you know, you can't meet with friends or go out when everybody else is going out, but that stuff y'all get over. That's all just superficial crap that really doesn't matter in the end, and so, you know, who cares? But anyways, yeah, I enjoyed talking about this today. I think I went off topic just a little bit too much, but nonetheless, I'll edit some of that stuff out and see what we come up with. But anyways, thanks for watching. This R6 is clean as hell, though, by the way. I've been just looking at it. I've seen it here multiple times now. This thing is a beauty. It's one of them newer models. It's sick. Blacked out. That gold chain. Not actually gold, it's like a bronze almost, but it looks sick. Thing is awesome. anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.